Hi everybody, this is Andrew, this is Mike from Charles Mill Marina, and we're here today to talk to you about the new 2022 Starcrafts that we have in stock and really explain the difference between some of their lines. So we're going to look at the CX line, we're going to look at the EX line, and then we're going to look first at this boat we have behind us here, which is their LX line. We're going to go through all the details, all the features, what you might expect to see a little differently on all these boats. So Mike, starting with the LX here, give us a little overview of what you can expect to get from an LX series from Starcraft.
Sure. So what you see here is the LX model. This is Starcraft's entry-level pontoon, but that doesn't mean it's poorly made or cheap. High-quality boat, well made. The first thing you're going to notice with it, it's a little bit smaller. So this boat is 8 foot wide rather than 8.5 in many models. The tubes are 23-inch tubes rather than the 25s that we'll see in the other models. So just a couple things looking from the outside. Again, the rails don't go up quite as high, but it doesn't make the boat look any worse. It's just a little different layout pattern here on these LX models.
That's right. And one thing to keep in mind is a 23-inch tube, nothing wrong with that. It's just a smaller tube, which means fewer people and a little lower engine capacity on there. But otherwise, still a really nice boat.
So let's come on board and we'll kind of look at some interior features here. To make this boat an awesome value, it's such a good value. We use these in our rental program every year. They held up great for us. They look great. It's a boat that we're really proud to sell.
Yeah, and this helm looks really nice. You can tell it might not be the most deluxe, but it is really well made.
Right. It's their new hard plastic that they're using on this model. Like you said, it may not have every bell and whistle, but high-end quality construction that is going to hold up for folks in the long term. And it also does have a nice gauge package, so you can check your speed, things like that, because you can get 115 horsepower on the back of one of these, and you can really zip around any lake that you'd want to.
That's great. And I noticed there's no table maybe on this model. That might be a difference we're going to see between this and some of the other models. What else can you tell me is a little bit different?
As you mentioned, the table, with it only being 8 wide, that space here just doesn't quite fit a table ideally. If you do decide you want one, we can add one on for you for about $150. That's one of those things you have to decide. Also, we have a nice standard bimini on these. On a couple of the other models, we'll talk about some of the power bimini options. So you get your old school standard bimini, which it's worked great for the last 40, 50 years. High quality. We'll look at some of the newer options down the road there. We do have very comfortable plush seating. We'll see a little more high-end, a little more textured seating down the road. This is comfortable, well-made. We do have 4 speakers here that provide good sound while you're on the lake. So while it might not have every bell and whistle, it does have everything a boat owner is going to want on their boat.
Okay, that's great. Let's go over and have a look now at our EX line and see what some of the differences on that model are. And I can tell right away by looking at this looks like a little wider boat, and that extra half foot does make a big difference. If I even look right down the middle of this here, I can see just have a little bit more space to navigate, just a little bit more space for everybody on this boat. So what are some other things you might say are a little bit different than what we just saw?
Like you said, it does add, that 6 inches adds 10 square foot to your boat. And that space sometimes does matter, especially if you're looking at a bigger group. As you take a look down here at the tubes, these do offer 25-inch tubes, which offer greater buoyancy and the ability to get a nice big motor on the back of that to coast around with. We also see that our panels go much higher up the seat. We also have a little more deluxe looking graphic here on the side as well. So exterior-wise, it is going to be a slightly sharper boat, but you would expect that with the price going up a little bit because that's going to occur.
That's right.
So
Okay.
come on aboard.
And I can notice again now, this looks like the fiberglass helm here from Starcraft, where we just saw the plastic helm. This is a little bit more deluxe, a little bit more built up. What are some of the features you're going to get with this compared to the LX line?
So a whole lot. The first jump here is in the furniture. As you can see, there's a little more detail in the furniture. It's a little softer, and I think it just has an overall slightly better look to it. As we take a peek right here, what we have is a changing room in this model. So you can pop this up, you can open it up, and if someone's in that wet swimsuit any day on the lake, this gives them the ability to get out of that wet suit into some dry clothes so they don't freeze when they're jumping out of their swimsuit.
That's right.
Another option that you'll see change is we have 2 captain seats. So we are going to get some more layouts on the EX models. Maybe not every model that Starcraft has, but a few more. This one has the high back seat. They come standard with a lower seat, but we upgraded this model. So it is going to have a very comfortable driver's seat and a co-captain's chair.
That's right, and I can tell above us here, maybe a little bit larger top, and I do notice this is an electric top.
Right, so in many of our 2022 models in our EX and our CX lines, we are seeing a power top which raises and lowers it with very simply the push of a button. So we're going to push a button, it's going to take your top up and down for you. So that's a really cool feature that we're seeing in the new model year from Starcraft.
That's right. So we go a little further back here, I can notice that table that's on this boat now compared to the one. This is a really nice looking table, really sturdy, really solid. Yeah, I've seen pontoon tables in the past that just don't look nearly as nice as this. This is a very well built table.
Right, and you'll notice it doesn't shake and rattle, so it's sturdy, it's heavy, it's well made. It's not going to spill your drinks all over the floor of your brand new boat. So we like the table. The recessed cup holders are slightly upgraded on this model as well and look extremely sharp. And finally, while we're here at the back, I do want to take a look at the ladder. Once we get into these EX models, we do get to the nicer stainless steel ladders that make it just a little bit easier to get in and out of the boat when you're taking that swim.
That's great. Tell me a little bit about the vinyl floor, because this does look like it's a little bit upgraded over what we just saw.
Right, so what you saw in the last boat was our standard woven vinyl, which is a phenomenal product. This one is a slightly upgraded model floor. They call this teak weave here. This is their gray teak weave. So it does have some nice lines, some nice pattern to it, and does look, I mean, just extremely sharp.
Yeah, it really does. Yeah, it really shows nice, especially with the color package we have on this boat.
Yeah, it just really does make it pop. So
Absolutely.
ready to take a look at a CX?
Absolutely. Let's go see that CX. So I'd say this is probably one of the nicest boats we have in the showroom right now is the CX, and this is really the top end line here that we're going to carry for Starcraft. So really, again, take me through this boat and what's a little bit different about this.
So this is my favorite boat currently sitting in our showroom right now. This is Starcraft CX21 DL. So it's a 21-foot boat, and immediately when you look at it, you can start seeing some of the upgrades. The first here is the multi-color exterior. So we do have some whites, we have some silvers, and some blacks. So they give you a whole lot more color options on the CX models that can really make the exterior pop. This boat has everything you need plus everything you want, which is why we love carrying something like this.
That's right. Yeah, it's all the small details, right? So I noticed the corner castings on this. There are lots. Has this protective coat on top. It's just going to help make this boat. The finishing touches are really what's going to make the difference. I can see on here. Let's go on and see exactly what we have going on here.
The first thing almost anyone will notice when they walk on is the seating upgrade. What you'll see here is Starcraft's diamond weave here. So it has texture, it's clean, it's just a totally different look than all the rest of their boats in their line, but it's just a really awesome finishing touch that makes this boat look additionally high-end.
That's it. Yeah, and I can tell here with the premium helm where we've got that cover on that, it looks really, really nice. It's got the cell phone holder down in there.
It does. And again, it has a significantly bigger panel here, so the master power switch, it does, this boat glows a little bit.
That's right.
As you can see, there's some lights here under each of the seats. It does have the changing room like the EX model had as well.
That's right. Pop that out, yeah. Again, that's just a really nice feature to have when you're out on the lake, the ability to just pop in there, do a quick change, have some privacy, and then go back in. Saves you a lot of time not having to come on the water.
That it does.
All right. Great seating layout here in the back, I can see. This is really cool, and I can tell already this is going to be really popular with a lot of folks.
Yeah, we've seen in the last year or two that rear-facing lounges and seats that do a little more are better for boaters. So this one does have flip seats where you can, put two seats by the captain here. You can flip this as well. An ultra-stable table so that really, if you want to sit back here and play cards, have lunch, holds a bigger can, bigger bottle here, those options are here. This seat will flip all the way back and even turn this area into a bed.
That's right. Again, I see the power bimini on this. So really all the features on this is a very nice boat, very well finished, very well polished. Let's talk a little bit about that stainless steel rail on the back, because I think that's something that separates Starcraft boats from some other boats we see out there.
Right. When it comes to boating, safety has to be first.
That's right.
First and foremost, and we're not going to sell a boat that doesn't ensure our customer safety. As you can see back here, we have a stainless steel gating package. We've seen some other lines put some chain around it, and the chain just doesn't scream safe to us, and It's not something we'd put on our boats. And it wouldn't be something I'd get for my family, and it wouldn't be something I'd suggest for you and yours.
That's right.
So it does have 2 entrances. It's quick and easy in and out. And it gives a high-end look, but also giving safety. So it's something I'm a real big fan of. And I want to talk about, I guess, a couple of the other small details here. It's stuff that may not stick out, but is truly enjoyable to have. So you do have USB ports built into the side rail right here. So you can have a couple people charge their phones while they're out on lake. No one wants to run out of music, run out of battery. So it does give that option for sound. The next option that truly sets this boat apart is the stereo system. This does feature a JL Audio stereo system, so this is a completely upgraded stereo system versus all of our other models.
Yeah, this is really going to rock out there on the lake.
Absolutely, it's so you're gonna have great sound quality. Your boat's gonna have a nice glow to it. When people see this boat, they're just gonna know it's a high quality, well-made, ultra durable pontoon.
That's great. So with all these Starcraft boats, whether you're in the market for something that's more in the LX range, the EX range, the CX range, tell us exactly what's going to come with these boats when they buy them here at Charles Mill Marina.
Right. And the things we do, we don't treat the LX, the EX, or the CX any different past the sale price. So everyone who purchases a boat from us, first and foremost, is going to get the safety equipment they need for the day on the lake. So all safety equipment is going to be included. We're going to deliver it to you anywhere in the state of Ohio. A full cover is going to come with everything we do. And we're also going to take care of your titling here in-house. So we're not going to run you to the title bureau. We're not going to make you register your boat. We're going to take care of all of that. It's going to come water ready.
That's great. And when folks take delivery of that boat, we're going to give them that full-on water lesson also. Make
Right.
sure that they're really comfortable with the boat and making sure it operates exactly like it should.
Yeah, we strive for a great buyer's experience for you, and we strive for it to be worry-free. So when you get on that lake that first day, you're going to turn the key, take your lesson, and you're going to be ready for a summer of fun.
That's great. And tell me a little bit about the financing options. What can I expect if I want to have a boat financed?
So we have in-house financing. We also work with anyone's bank that they're working with. We work closely with First Knox and First Commonwealth banks. Both give us interest rates anywhere we're seeing right now between about 5 and 5.5%. And loans go from anywhere from 4 years out to 15. We're looking for buyers with approximately 10% down and credit scores in the mid 700s.
Sounds great. Yeah, and we're really looking forward to getting everybody on the water this year. We had a great year this past year, and we're really looking forward to seeing everybody to come out here and have a look at our new 2022s. And so if you have any questions, you can always find us online on our website. That's www.charlesmillmarina.com. You can always give us a call, too, 419-368-5951. It's been great talking with you. We'll talk again soon. Bye, everybody.